well as far as Perkins is concerned, and they end up the season at 19-1. Valiant effort once again by a group of young kids who just almost pulled that magic off again in the fourth quarter. Came back from a 10-point deficit to tie, but then came up short in the overtime session against a very game Port Clinton ball club. I mean, these guys came out and really played well and really tried to get past what happened earlier in the year, because in the first game between these two at the Plank on Campbell Street, Perkins jumped off to an 8-0 lead in the first 5 minutes of the ball game and had an 11-point lead after one quarter. And then I don't know if Port Clinton never totally recovered from that the rest of the night. And here it would be exactly the opposite. The Redskins went back, looked at the tape. Troy Deals, the head coach of Port Clinton, on the right. Scott McVeigh of Perkins on the left. And it was one of those numbers where the Redskins went to work on what went wrong the first game and executed a game plan very well. And, of course, put the ball in the hole very well, too. And that's a major part of the deal. Port Clinton High School, the Supreme Court. Redskins coming in on the year with an 11-8 record and 9-4 in the SBC, and they would be playing for second place in the conference standings. They went into the last weekend of the season tied with St. Mary's Central Catholic at 9 wins and 4 losses. And St. Mary's playing against Edison, and I'll get to that in a moment. But our segment sponsors, first of all, brought to you by Matthews Ford Lincoln Mercury. Tough Man Equipment and Supply, Route 20 East in Norwalk, will present tonight's Hustle Award. Player of the Game presentation for Firelands Regional Medical Center in Sandusky. Citizens Banking Company presents The Money Shot. Parshauer Eye Center will sponsor tonight's Fan of the Week. Heimeiler Convenience is the sponsor for our Play of the Game. And our Assist of the Game, sponsored by Ehovie Career Center in Milan. Pre-game brought to you by Buckeye Cable System. And Cameo Pizza presents the Cameo Fan Cam. And on we go toward tip-off time, but talking about the possibilities of what would happen, certainly the odds were against the Redskins heading into tonight as far as finishing alone in second place, but that's indeed what happened. So we're underway. Opening tip-off goes to the Pirates. And right off the bat, Danny Doster fires away, and little did we realize that would kind of set a trend for the rest of the night. It's Justin Curris, the point guard for Port Clinton, and the young man to keep an eye on here in this possession anyway, or toward the first basket would be Jason Sellier. Where's number 23 for the Redskins? Kyle Millinger forcing a turnover, and here's Sellier right here with a 3-ball, and the Redskins are off and running. Justin Caudill with some solid work on the offensive glass, gets to the free throw line, and would knock down 1 out of 2, and it puts the Pirates on the board, trailing 3-1. Sellier is one of those streak shooters. If he gets hot, he can knock him down in no uncertain terms. Port Clinton's defense was strong. I mean, they got hurt by dribble drive penetration the first ball game between the two this year. They also got hurt on rebounding. Offensive glass, Perkins getting second opportunities and third opportunities. And as you'll see as we go along here, when the Pirates are cold early in the ball game, it develops a pattern of one shot and out. Port Clinton clears the boards, and especially here in the first quarter. Port Clinton mixing it up and playing some zone defense here, and that's a way to break the zone. Unfortunately, that would be one of the few outside shots up over that zone. Now, mark this with 6:05 to go in the first quarter. Perkins with a 6-4 lead. And all throughout the year, we've seen the Pirates go on some outstanding extended scoring runs. They're going to be victimized by that here in the first quarter. Still holding fort with a 4-3 lead. notice if the Pirates miss, Port Clinton is on the boards. Basket and free throw for Joey Malfara. And it is a 2-point lead, and that's a lead that Port Clinton would not relinquish until the game became tied late in the fourth quarter. You see Port Clinton playing zone defense, but you also see a very active zone. Ryan Hicks, the freshman, with a block. And they are just not letting that ball inside. Another block. That time, Sellier coming up with it. Port Clinton was revved up. And they had a large crowd on hand on their home floor. Outstanding move to the basket by Sellier, kind of like a double clutch for the underhand scoop shot, and the Redskins with an 8-4 lead. And the further this run goes on, the more and more the Port Clinton fans get into it. There's another one shot and out opportunity. And the noise just continues to grow. The hill gets steeper and steeper. And that's a freshman right there, Ryan Hicks. He came up about halfway through the season. Talked to Troy Deals after the game about the chemistry of bringing a freshman in amongst all the upperclassmen. And he said the upperclassmen actually were asking when he was going to come up. They were ready for it. And he's been a tremendous help for him. 11-4 in favor of PC. Beating a dead horse again. Missed shot. Port Clinton rebound. Another scoring opportunity for PC. Which Justin Curris fails to convert. Again, you can see the Port Clinton defense holding fast against that dribble penetration that is one of the main weapons that the Pirates possess. Great patience by PC. When the penetration comes, they weren't hacking and reaching. Joey Malfara makes this a 10-point run, builds the Port Clinton lead to 13-4. And that many times the Pirates are forced into calling a timeout like that, but that again just gets the crowd that much more involved and into it. And atmosphere got tougher and tougher. (13-4) the score. Needless to say, this is probably one of the largest deficits the Pirates have faced all year. Pull-up jumper by Sellier as he is starting to heat it up as well. The run is at 12 straight. And it's an 11-point lead, 15-4. And again, dribble penetration. Port Clinton defending it. And scoring off of it, Justin Curris. You're talking about this run on the radio. I mean, you just don't want it to end if you're Port Clinton. And you just milk it as far as you possibly can. Really, when you start to face a deficit like this, you've got to understand that you're not going to get it all back at once. There's Sean Ellswick finishing up the run with 1:38 to go in the first quarter. A 16-point Port Clinton run. They lead it 19-4. And look at the scrambles for loose balls. Somehow Port Clinton is finding a way to get their mitts on it. This is almost a quarter in which Port Clinton would wish wouldn't end. You get that kind of momentum going, you just want to keep on playing. Not much for the Pirate fans to cheer about so far. Seemed like 3 block shots by Port Clinton here in the first quarter. Finally, the drought ends and a Drew Sullivan 3 from the right baseline. And the Pirates trail it by 12, 19-7. And realistically, you've got to, to make a comeback, you've got to take it a little bit at a time. Hope that you can just kind of gradually cut into it, work yourself back into the game again. The Redskins did a nice job of working time off the clock until all of a sudden Mercurio opens up right at the end of the first period. And the lead belongs to Port Clinton after 1 by a score of 21-7. Second quarter action coming up next. You're watching the North Coast Game of the Week. Stay with us.
The week is brought to you by the United Way of Erie County, funding 24 local partner agencies serving Erie County. It's the United Way. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. They're across from the Sandusky Mall. Lee's Famous Recipe. Also brought to you tonight by Salmon Run Restaurant, located in the Sawmill Creek in Huron. Great restaurant, great atmosphere. Salmon Run in Sawmill Creek. Barnes Nursery and Garden Center, Cleveland Road West on the curve in Huron. Barnes Nursery. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Groff Funeral Homes, caring for our community since 1902. Groff Funeral Homes. And brought to you tonight by Window Incorporated. Plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. 625-1037. Window Incorporated. Marconi's Restaurant, Cleveland Road, Huron. You know they're the area's best Italian dining, without a doubt. Marconi's in Huron. Miley Family Dentistry, Stephen C. Miley, 1323 Hull Road. Miley Dentistry, Steve Miley. J.A. Truth Packing Company, quality people making quality pork products. The J.A. Truth Packing Company. Tonight's telecast brought to you by Sandusky Orthopedics and Rheumatology, Doctors Barry, Felder, Wong, Alexa, and Morrow. 1401 Bone Creek Drive, just off Route 4, Hayes Avenue. Sandusky Orthopedics and Rheumatology. O.E. Meyer Company, an employee-owned company serving the community since way back in 1918. It's O.E. Meyer Company. Berardi's Family Kitchen. Taste the homemade touch at Berardi's Family Kitchen, Perkins Avenue.
Unfortunately, injuries do happen, and you should consult the most qualified rehabilitation team to treat your painful condition. Rehabilitation centers are not the same. Advanced Health is the only local physical therapy clinic offering doctors of physical therapy on staff. In addition, most of our athletic trainers and physical therapists have specialized training.
Advanced Health. Our strength is quality. The community at Parkview offers skilled and intermediate nursing care and retirement living in absolutely beautiful surroundings and state-of-the-art facilities. Please visit the community at Parkview and see for yourself. The community at Parkview, 3800 Parkview Boulevard. It's time for a little billboard art, and they include Barnes Nursery and Garden Center. Large trees, we can move them. Barnes Nursery, Route 6, just west of Huron. Barnes Nursery. Imaging, Open MRI, Gnomes Healthcare, known throughout the area. 621-0858, Gnomes Healthcare. Quick Lane at Matthews Ford, all major brands. It's your best deal for tires, just next to Matthews Ford. Also sponsored tonight by Gunlock, heating, cooling, and air conditioning since 1889. Don't gamble with your family's comfort. Gunlock. And by the Citizens Banking Company. And rates don't have to get this ugly, and they don't at Citizens Banking Company.
Welcome back to quarter number 2, as it'll be Port Clinton starting with possession of the basketball to start the second half. Second quarter, I should say, with Port Clinton holding a commanding 21-7 advantage. Two-point basket by Justin Caudill to start the second quarter, and the Pirates knock that lead down to 12. That's the foot right on the line. So it's a 2 for Justin. 21-9 the score. Getting a little bit of time here for the Pirates. They try not to panic, do too much all at once. Sometimes that can lead you to just simply getting into a deeper hole. Troy Deals telling us after the game on our radio interview that he really doesn't like zone defense, but he thought that was another difference in this game as compared to the first one. He said he was kind of hard-headed the first time. He likes man-to-man so much. And he said Perkins beat him. They just flat out beat him in that man. They decided to play zone, and it made a huge difference in this game for him. Nice look from Devin Matthews to Danny Doster. Perkins scores the first 4 points in the second quarter, and Troy Deals right off the bat says, fellas, not going to let this get away. Remember what I told you earlier as we take another look at that nice feed from Matthews to Doster, that you want to milk the advantage as long as you can, sustain it as long as you can. Then comes the end of the first quarter. You get the timeout, and all of a sudden things die down. The other team starts to pick up, and Perkins is back to within 10 after being down by as many as 15. And Troy did a nice job right there of stemming the tide. Devin Matthews keeping the momentum for Perkins, however. Devin Matthews with 1 out of 2 at the line right here to make 5 straight points for the Pirates to close that deficit down to 9. Ideally, you'd like to stay within single digits, but they find Ryan Hicks wide open underneath, and the freshman scores again. And all of a sudden, 5-point run by the Pirates is over, and Port Clinton back up by double digits again at 11. Tell the fans in on every little move in this ball game, and really the game, when you look at it from an officiating standpoint, was a pretty well officiated ball game. I mean, they really let the kids play. There were a minimum of fouls called. If something that affected the game, they blew the whistle, but it gotten a little bit intense at times as far as the play is concerned, as Justin Caudill gets the Pirates back down to within 9. But for the most part, they let these kids play like they should in a game of this magnitude. Sean Ellswick just battling through traffic. And again, Port Clinton's up by 11. And you kind of get the feeling that maybe the Pirates are pressing a little bit. I mean, they've got hit pretty good by a very solid Port Clinton wave in the first quarter. And Kyle Milling did a nice job of just powering his way inside. Make the lead a 13-point advantage again. This is not that same fluid flow to that offense that we've normally seen out of the Pirates. So you think maybe they're pressing a little bit. Look at Ryan Hicks. And that young freshman is going to be some kind of player. 29-14. Perkins matches their biggest lead from the first quarter right here. Like they are just not letting that ball inside. Fort Clinton again holding on to that 15-point advantage, 29-14. Not able to get those real solid looks at the basket. It's a good look there. Just won't go for Kyle. Good defense that time by the Pirates. Doster with a strip. Devin Matthews from the free throw line. 1 out of 2. And just another one of those parts of the Perkins game that was just off the mark a little bit. He didn't shoot well from the field. They didn't particularly light things up at the free throw line. And Sean Ellswick finding his way to the basket once again. This now the biggest lead of the first half for Port Clinton at 16 points, 31-15. Answered back nicely by Dan Doster. Take another look once again at Doster taking the feed from Halleck, finding that little seam in that zone where sometimes that's huge. You can scoot through those little seams in a zone. You get a good shot like that. Helps a bunch. 31-17 in favor of PC. Foot was on the line on that shot, making it a 2-pointer, so it will be 31-19. And again, from 16 points, the Pirates rattle off 6 quick points with 42 seconds gone off the clock. They're back to within 10 at 31-21. Time winding down as the Redskins work the clock for the end of the first half. They did this well at the end of the first quarter and came up with a basket right at the buzzer. Do it for the first half of play. Nobody scored in the final minute of the first half. The Pirates end the first half with a 6-point run, which takes them from 16 down to 10 down. All of a sudden, you're looking at a lead of Port Clinton 31 and Perkins 21. And that's your halftime score. North Coast Game of the Week coming back with halftime. Your segment sponsors for tonight include Matthews Ford Lincoln Mercury. The Hustle Award tonight is presented by Tough Man Equipment and Supply on Route 20 East in Norwalk. Player of the game for Firelands Regional Medical Center in Sandusky. Citizens Banking Company presenting the Money Shot, and the Parshauer Eye Center in Sandusky sponsors our Fan of the Week. Play of the Game brought to you by High Miler Convenience. The Hobie Career Center in Milan presents the Assist of the Game. Pre-game brought to you each telecast by Buckeye Cable System. And Cameo Pizza presents the Cameo Fan Cam.
More billboard art, and they include Sawmill Creek Resort, hotel, golf shops, restaurants. Just a great location located on Lake Erie, just west of Huron. Chet and Matt's Pizza, left at First Light and Strub Road if you're driving that way, but of course you know where it's at, Strub Road, just east of 250. The Sandusky Register, your paper, your news. Don't miss a single story. Sandusky Register, and check out SanduskyRegister.com. Winter fun is on full swing at snow trails in Mansfield. I-71 and Route 13, snow trails in Mansfield. BGSU Firelands Campus, the 360-degree education designed around you. Our patron sponsors include the UPS Store, Toft Funeral Home and Crematory, Asher Brothers Auto Pride, Periodical Publishers Service Bureau Incorporated, Coach's Sports Corner, Cliff's Carryout, Danny Boys, the Commons at Providence and Providence Care Center.
Danny Boy's Italian Eatery wishes all of our area teams good luck this season.
Come celebrate big with pizza, pasta, ribs, and more. Come see us at Danny Boy's.
Hello, Pierre Van Ravenbush. And everyone here at Pierre's Quick Print is proud to be a Game of the Week sponsor. Good luck to all the athletes.
Tonight's Game of the Week is brought to you by your friends from Casper Toyota Scion of Sandusky.
The Schuster family is very proud to be celebrating our 40th year in the Sandusky market. And a big thanks to our community for helping us make that happen. And thank you, we have our $3.99 Magnificent 7, Monday through Friday, but you've got to ask for it.
Tonight's Game of the Week is brought to you by the Kazmaier and Trim Group. Good luck to all area teams.
Tonight's Game of the Week is brought to you by Vacationland Realty. Remember Vacationland Realty, a household name. And good luck to all the area teams.
Family, friends, and fun for over 70 years. Cameo Pizza, a family restaurant since 1936.
Well, there's the buzzer getting ready to go here for quarter number 3. Pirates hoping they bottled up some magic at halftime. Make themselves a big comeback here in the second half. They get the basketball first. Devin Matthews saves it after a near turnover. And once again, it's another one of those one-shot and out possessions for the Pirates to start the second half. Doster and Lau teaming up on the turnover. Lau with the feed for Devin Matthews. And we're going to take another look for Matthews right here as the ball gets poked away by Doster, and Lau doing a nice job of finding Matthews down the floor. Right where Devin can get it without a dribble to lay it in. And get the Pirates back to within 8 at 31-23. Seemed like every time that Port Clinton really needed a big basket, this young man was there to deliver for him. Jason Sellier, 34-23, an 11-point Port Clinton lead once again. Justin Gaudill. Good find. Justin Caudill finishing up on the offensive boards, and all of a sudden here we're looking at a 6-point ball game as Perkins comes out of the locker room on a 7-3 run. And the fans starting to sense it now. The Perkins fans getting a little bit more vocal as they trail it now, 34-28. Sean Ellswick, huge basket to answer right back. Look at the determination on Kyle's face. They are now within 5, 36-31. Talk about an exclamation play. Here it comes. Justin Caudill, 2 hands. Bang. And Port Clinton needing to talk it over as the Pirates make a run. Boy, those are game faces there. Caudill actually got that play started with the knock away from behind. They know when to find him for the easy dunk, and it's right there. Timeout by Port Clinton as the Pirates close to within 36-33. Fans feeling the magic again. Coming down from as many as 16 down. And it's Port Clinton's turn now. Pirates dealing them a blow. How's Port Clinton going to deal with this? So important for them now to answer back off of that timeout, and that's a pretty good answer right there. The assist to Cody Keck and the basket for Sean Ellswick. The Pirates storming right back. There's Devin Matthews to make it a 3-point game again at 38-35. There's only so many times you can come back during a ball game, and then it just starts to wear on you. They're back to within 3. Here's a chance on this possession to make it 1. And when you get this close sometimes and come up empty, and the other guy comes down and scores, then all of a sudden he can start to look like a huge mountain again. It's 5 points at 40-35. Key part of the ball game right here. Ellswick, huge 3. And that has really stemmed the tide and opened up the advantage again to 8 points at 43-35. Port Clinton playing with tremendous poise in this game. Tremendous confidence. Perkins looking like they're going to get a turnover, and all of a sudden the Redskins find the open man in Cody Keck. And again, a double-digit lead, and the Pirates call time. 45-35. Just under 3 minutes left to go in quarter number 3. Short-range shots that the Pirates are usually money with. Some of those nights where you're going to have them in basketball. You just don't shoot the ball well. First half, the Pirates had only hit 8 out of 31 shots from the floor. And for the Redskins, they had hit on 14 out of 23. See, here's the other part. Kyle Halleck. Now watch, he is so adept at getting himself to the free throw line. And here's where Port Clinton, they give up a basket here, but they don't give up the free throws. Great defense by Keck. Even though Halleck scored on, just a tremendous shot, they don't give him the extra one at the line. It's kind of like a team-wide thing. Nobody could really catch fire here, and that's, again, been one of the strengths of this basketball team all year long. There's always been somebody step forward, get hot, be the leader for that night, and it's just one of those nights where it's a tough nut to crack. Ellswick hits 1 out of 2 at the line. Port Clinton leads by 9, 46-37. We come down toward the final minute of play here in the third quarter. Nice head fake by Halleck. Shot won't go. Redskins on the boards. Nice speed from Curris to Ellswick, and another opportunity at the line for the Redskins senior. Ten points, the deficit again at 47-37. Dan Dostry gets the roll that time. Over the final half minute of play in the third quarter. The quarter in which Perkins would actually outscore Port Clinton by a count of 18-16, but they'll need to do it by a little bit more than that in the fourth quarter coming up. Important part here is when Perkins had closed to within 3 at 38-35 after the Devin Matthews basket back at the 4:35 mark. Port Clinton closed the third quarter with a 9-4 run. And that opened up that 8-point lead again at the end of the quarter. So 3 quarters are in the books, and the Redskins continue to lead by a score of 47-39. Lots of activity coming up, lots of fun coming up in this fourth quarter of play. If you want to hang around and stay tuned, we've got lots more basketball to go as we continue recapping the Perkins-Port Clinton game on the North Coast Game of the Week. Stay with us. Fourth quarter action coming up next. Game of the Week replays are brought to you by Matthews Ford, Lincoln Mercury, and Sandusky. Our other segment sponsors are Tough Man Equipment and Supply on Route 20 East in Norwalk with a Hustle Award. Player of the Game brought to you by Firelands Regional Medical Center. And we'll have the Money Shot coming up at the end of our telecast, brought to you by Citizens Banking Company. Our Fan of the Week coming up shortly, sponsored by Parshauer Eye Center. High Miler Convenience brings you our Play of the Game. Ehovie Career Center in Milan, they're ready to bring you tonight's assist of the game. And Buckeye Cable System presenting the pregame in each one of our telecasts. Cameo Pizza presents the Cameo Fan Cam.
Tonight's telecast sponsored by the good folks over at Precision Body and Frame. You know, we do your body better. Venice Road, Precision Body and Frame. Key Bank, the future is key at Key Bank. 3 locations in our area. Tonight's telecast also brought to you by Remax Quality Realty. They are above the crowd. 627-1996. Remax Quality Realty, and by the J.H. Ruth Packing Company. Quality people making quality pork products. J.H. Ruth. This telecast brought to you by O.E. Meyer, serving the community since 1918. O.E. Meyer, Jim's Pizza Box, located in Milan and in Huron. Jim's Pizza Box. Jim West and the whole gang say good luck to all area teams. Foster Funeral Home and Crematory in Huron. Wayne and Sandy Foster. Foster Funeral Home and Crematory, located in Huron. Tonight's telecast brought to you by Quiznos Sub, across from the Sandusky Mall. Toasty, it's Quiznos Sub. Tonight's telecast also sponsored by Old Town Windows, Doors, Auto Glass, and Mirrors. 626-9613. Polis and Associates Architects are located at 1717 East Perkins Avenue. Polis and Associates Architects. The Wagner Quarries, part of Hanson Aggregates. Also, Sandusky Quarry in Groton Township. Hanson Aggregates. This broadcast sponsored by Foster Chevrolet Cadillac. Since 1955, it's Foster Chevrolet Cadillac. Pell's Lettering Shirt Shack, located on Milan Road, 625-3567. Pell's Lettering Shirt Shack. And by Spear Brothers Excavating since 1975.
Up next, we've got the Fan of the Week, brought to you by Parshauer Eye Center. Zero into the stands. And check out those eyes. That's our Parshauer Eye Center fan of the week. Cameo Pizza up next with a Cameo fan cam. Back into the stands. She knows the camera's really on her or not. But that's that modicum. It's your Cameo Pizza Cameo fan cam.
Tonight's game of the week is brought to you by your friends here at Chet and Matt's Pizza. Good luck to all area teams.
Tonight's game of the week is brought to you by your friends at Foster Chevrolet Cadillac. Good luck to all the area teams.
What makes Max and Irma's different than everyone else in town? It's how we prepare our food. We do it all from scratch, and we do it right the first time around. Come on in and check it out for yourself. You'll enjoy it.
Whether it's the game of the week or the game of your life, give it your all and play like a champion.
United and Herner wishes all area teams the best of luck this season.
Tonight's game of the week is being brought to you by Manny's Sports Tavern and Grill. Good luck to all area teams from your friends here at Manny's.
Tonight's game of the week is brought to you by Murray & Murray, experienced trial attorneys.
Back we go to the fourth quarter now and beyond in this ball game. As Port Clinton kind of does one of these numbers in this game where they get that nice lead and they're going to just try and hang on to it. But you can't really, fault them for that big lead and everything kind of running in their favor. So now you're going to start to see a very patient Port Clinton ball club. For Sellier, he was in such a zone all night long. It's kind of amazing that shot didn't go. Because if you follow the pattern of this ball game, you hit a 3 to start the first quarter, you hit a 3 to start the third quarter in the Port Clinton scoring columns. And just missed out on doing it again right there. Justin Curris just kind of hanging on to the ball and waiting for the defense to make a move to come out and get him, looking for the high percentage shot. And the Redskins just unable to get it to go right there before Justin Caudill finally closes the door on that possession. Nice look down low for Josh Lau. Picks up the basket and gets the Pirates back to within 6 at 47-41. Take another look here again. This is more the kind of stuff we're looking at poor Perkins doing all year long is working the ball and then just finding the open guy. A great job by Doster right there. Gee, I wonder why Doster has so many assists. It's just great floor vision, great court awareness, and finds Lau for the right there. Well, that would have been huge. That would have been huge. It would have made it a 4-point ball game. So again, remember these little swings throughout the course of the game. We've seen a couple of them already. And here's one where the Pirates were very close to closing it down to within 4. And then all of a sudden, it's 8. And in the fourth quarter, when things haven't been going well, that's just a huge swing. (49-41) in favor of PC. And several occasions here, Perkins is just so close to coming up with turnovers, changes of possession. And high percentage shots that just won't go down. And the score stays at 49-41, and Curris, as I'm sure he's been instructed, just walking the ball up the floor. Unless there's pressure, just take your time. Let's work the clock, and let's get the best possible shot available. Perkins wanting the travel call, didn't get it, so Port Clinton gets to keep the possession alive. Sellier just got caught underneath the basket a little bit too much that time. The Pirates just cannot get that thing to fall here. There's the time remaining. Scoreboard showing an 8-point Port Clinton lead. Well, that's a nice find by Millinger, but Ellswick unable to convert right there. And Cody Keck had a good-looking shot. Nothing there. Port Clinton on the attack, and what a wild one for Sean Ellswick. Kind of threw that thing up against the glass from underneath, and it found the mark. 51-41 now. 10-point lead for PC, answered by a Justin Caudill basket. Now that basket by Ellswick, the 3:51 mark, that would be the Redskins' final basket of the fourth quarter. And now, Inches Perkins very patiently working their way back in again. You can see Scott McVeigh maybe turning up the pressure a little bit. 51-43, Port Clinton by 8. And of course, we talked on the radio about how, Perkins has kind of been here before. They were down by 5. A little more than a minute to go at Clyde early in the season. Pulled that one off. But several games come down the stretch where they've needed big plays, and they've made them. Kyle Halleck right there with 2:59 to go. Brings the Pirates back to within 6 at 51-45. Port Clinton remains patient right here. Continue to use that clock as their ally. Perkins actually did a pretty nice job here of not trying to make everything happen at once on defense as well. You can see him kind of chasing, and this can take a lot out of you. Then all of a sudden comes the turnover. Pirates convert. Drew Sullivan. 2:10 to play. It's a 4-point ball game. 51-47. So we talk about being patient on defense as well. Don't gamble too early. Still got plenty of time left. They make the mistake. You cash in. Drew Sullivan. Heading the Pirates back to within 4. And there's your time remaining in the game. 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Comes Caudill off the steal. And the follow. Dan Doster. It's a 2-point ball game. 51-49. Again, cashing in on a Port Clinton turnover. Well, you could tell the fans really got rumbling here. Feel this one coming down the stretch. Perkins trying to step into passing lanes right here. Stepping up the pressure a little bit, trying to force another mistake. And here it comes. Perkins basketball. It stays at the Pirate end of the floor, looking for the tie. And you can tell from the looks right here, sensing a victory as well. Matthews, what a move. And we are tied at 51-51, 54 seconds to go. Watch Matthews again, just weaving his way through traffic, and somehow gets his way through there and manages to get that layup home and tie the ball game. 10 straight points for the Pirates. And they scored them all in just about 2.5 minutes time. Pirates had fouls to give right there, so they weren't going to put him at the line yet. And Port Clinton still sat on the ball here. They were playing for the win, playing for the last shot to win the game. And of course, the Pirates just have to dig in on defense and try and get a stop right here. Been a long road back, and that was very close for Caudill, forcing another turnover. It could have led to a win. Here it comes. We've got overtime, and that in its own right is like a moral victory. Now, we're going to go back to that old thing we talk about on the radio all the time. At this point on the radio, I asked the question to Jim Caldwell, who's standing with us and broadcasting the game with us. Perkins has made several comebacks in this game. They finally caught him. Is there anything left in the tank? Now can they get over the hump? So many times you make that long comeback, then all of a sudden it collapses in a hurry and goes the other way again. Perkins will get the first chance. And to me, this was a huge possession in the basketball game. And you'll see why coming up in just a short while. Pirates with the first chance to score. They don't do it. And now it's Port Clinton basketball. When you've been down by as many as 16 points, and when you're down by 10 with less than 4 minutes to go in the ball game, and come back and tie the game at 51-51. And you miss a chance to take the lead. And you have a guy from the other team who wears number 23 come down the floor and do that. All of a sudden, 3 points starts to look like a mountain. And you still got plenty of time. There's 3:13 left to play in the overtime. You're down by 3 now. Couple of opportunities for the Pirates that don't go. And then a foul call. As the Pirates try and get the basketball back. Port Clinton ends up with possession. Port Clinton again with that three-point basket by Sellier, holding on to that 54-51 lead. Again, Port Clinton being patient. Clock is our ally, and then Sellier, another bomb. And now you think 3 points look like a lot. 6 would be way too many. The foul shooting would begin. And Port Clinton would knock down 17 of 20 free throws in the overtime session to wrap this ball game up in a 74-62 victory and the first loss of the season for the Perkins Pirates. At this point, you remember back to all the smiles after all the victories and now how tough this one is. You know, Port Clinton stepped up and they made plays in this game. And to their credit, they came out of the game plan, did it well. And certainly the Pirates with absolutely nothing to be ashamed of here. We're going to go to our Tough Man Equipment and Supply Hustle Award tonight. Tough Man Equipment and Supply, Route 20 East in Norwalk. And the Hustle Award tonight, Dan Doster. With that lay-in right there, he gets the Hustle Award tonight for Tough Man Equipment and Supply. Now for Citizens Banking Company, it's the Money Shot. And the Money Shot tonight is coming up right here. It's off the turnover that Justin Caudill started and finished. That's your money shot, brought to you by the Citizens Banking Company. Up next, it's time for the assist of the game, brought to you by Ehobe Career Center in Milan. And the assist right here is going to be Josh Lau on that turnover, finding Devin Matthews down the floor. Pretty looking assist from Josh Lau. It's your assist of the game, and it's brought to you each telecast by Ehobe Career Center in Milan. Now the play of the game, brought to you by High Miler Convenience. And again, boy, you talk about a huge play, the one that tied the game at 51 in the last minute of play in the fourth quarter. Devin Matthews, the High Miler Convenience play of the game. And now your player of the game, which is brought to you each telecast by Ireland's Regional Medical Center in Sandusky. And our player of the game tonight is going to be Drew Sullivan. Sullivan picks up 8 points in the ball game and gets the player of the game for Ireland's Regional Medical Center in Sandusky. The Perkins Pirates end the regular season at 19-1, and now we'll play against Oak Harbor to open up the tournament trail. And if they win, and if Port Clinton beats Fostoria, we do this all again for next week's North Coast Game of the Week. Congratulations, Pirates. A great regular season. So much to be proud of. 19-1. What an outstanding season. And this game certainly takes nothing away from all the enjoyment you've given us all year long. See you in the tournaments next week on the North Coast Game of the Week.
After that meal, I have got to pass gas.
Powder room's right there.
No! Daddy, that can kill us all!
That's right. Toxic clouds like the one I'm about to unleash.